So, this is the first episode of Unauthentic. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
All right, we should introduce ourselves.
All right.
What, are you gonna go first?
Sure. I'm Will Fallon.
I'm Erica
And
Tao.
yeah, this is Unauthentic. It's our first episode.
Yeah,
So sorry.
you probably read the title. I assume there is a title that people can read. And we're gonna be talking about why, if we were given a choice, we would totally take up living forever. So, we would be immortal if we could, basically.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why someone would want to. I mean, I get the reasons. I mean, there are reasons, but
Yeah.
the pros are so much better than the cons.
Yeah, what do you think the pros are? Let's just get into it. Why do? Because I know we've talked about this before, and you have a different reason for wanting to live forever than I do, or something that's slightly different.
For me, I just can't stand the fact that the world's gonna go on without me. And if I die, eventually you're gonna be forgotten. And I just can't I hate the idea that I'm gonna be forgotten one day. Like no one's gonna remember me. Because eventually everyone that knew you is gonna be gone.
Yeah.
And your legacy dies out.
Like, okay. I mean, I guess that's a little part of it for me. It's like if I die, but for me, it's more like if I die, I won't see the world will go on without me, and I won't be able to see where the world goes. Like I want so bad to be able to see what the future looks like. If the Earth blows up, I still want to be there to see it. That's why I want to live forever.
I know, and you like the idea you can't die is so nice. Like if you could not die, you could do whatever you want without fear.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a huge component because I feel like death is just scary for me. Like I don't know what happens when you die, and it just doesn't sound ideal, because you don't know what's gonna happen to you. You could just die. I mean, unless you have a religion you follow. But for me personally, it's just there's a lot of things that I feel
There's too much doubt that nobody has come back and told you what happens
you,
after you die.
yeah, that's what it is. I think.
Mm. I mean, it's I mean, I'm not really scared to die as much as I am because I'm dead. There are things I can't do, because if you're a dead person, you don't have the full you don't have your brain. Okay. If you have everything else that's working and you don't have your brain, that doesn't count as living. That's all right.
Well, you're brain dead.
Yeah, but if you're brain dead, you're basically it's like you don't experience anything really. It's just the system going without the mind. So, yeah.
Yeah, you literally can't even think.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You're just. I guess you're kind of a waste of space, right? If you're.
Okay, there are people out there that are brain dead. Well,
it's not like they're gonna hear it, right? I mean, they're literally brain dead.
that's true.
What would they think if they heard it? Do you lose your senses when you're brain dead? Can you smell or
I mean, you can smell, but your brain won't register it. You can touch something, but it won't. You wouldn't know.
So you're just wow, that's so weird.
Yeah. But I would not want to be immortal if I was in that state.
Oh, me either.
Technically, being dead, you're technically immortal since you're dead forever. But that doesn't count. You need to have your mind, and especially if you're immortal and you still age, that's also a no-no. If you're immortal at the age of 110 and you're a dilapidated almost dead person, that's not worth it either.
I think so. I guess our immortal is where we are right now as teenagers.
No, 20.
Oh,
25.
I just want to be healthy. I want to
Yeah.
I don't want to age. I don't want to age. I don't want to get old. I don't want my hair to I don't want my hair to fall out or change gray. I don't want to lose strength, become weak.
Yeah.
Or just I feel dying, the way of dying is so scary too. I getting cancer and then dying for months or years. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, or being immortal and having cancer forever. No.
But it wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, you would just be in physical pain all the time. But I guess after a while, after 10,000 hours of cancer, it probably feels like nothing to you eventually.
And being immortal, there's probably eventually going to be a cure for it, right? So you just get the cure. Wasn't there's already people that were getting this test, I think it was, or they were being tested on, and like all of them were cured from it, like what they had, their cancer.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out in like 10 years or so since the medical stuff is really slow these days, I think. Okay, wait. I think what we need to do to like give the audience a picture is like what does being immortal look like? Like just saying that you're immortal, like people have totally different ideas of what that means and that could change their opinion of if they want to be or not, you know. So for me it'd be like the ideal way to be immortal is that not only can you not die from old age, you can also just not flat out not die from anything. Like you could get blown smithereens and you would just like come back.
Like, well, superpower.
Yeah. Like that would be ideal. If like you couldn't get old forever, but you could like get injured and that would be permanent and someone could like shoot you in the chest and you would die. But if you just like stayed in stasis and you just didn't get old, that wouldn't be worth it because then you would be like scared for the rest of your life that someone's just gonna shoot you and you're gonna die. You know, that's not worth it, I think.
Yeah. So you could die any other way besides like a medical
Yes.
way.
So a lot of people, I think in a lot of stories they do like if you're technically immortal, but only like from dying of old age. Like vampires, they can get killed by a bunch of different ways, right? Like the sun and the stake. They just can't die of being old. Like they can't age. I feel like that's not worth
Mhm.
it because then you're just gonna be scared.
I feel like anything's more worth it than what we have now, though.
Yeah.
Like, it'd just be like living your normal life, like the way you are. Like, what would make you more scared than now?
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, if you know you can live for a really long time, and you know that literally anything could kill you besides being old, I think that would scare you more. That would just like make you turn you into a shut-in, basically. You only experience the world through the internet because
but that's basically like now, though. Like we could die anyway. Like, I can go drive to my friend's house and get in a car accident and die. But I'm not like scared of driving. And I think like as time went on, I don't think I would just start becoming more scared of like being shot, unless there's like some crazy war I was living in,
yeah, I
like a
mean,
World War III
we're
or
already
something.
pretty scared of getting shot.
I'm pretty scared of being. The only time I'm scared of being shot is if I get like drafted. It's like my biggest.
Yeah. Can you
That's one of my
tell?
biggest.
Can you tell we're American just from like you're sure? Or you're
My
sure of
last
what we're
very
talking about?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's just rough. We live in a rough world.
Yeah, but the ideal would be like you wouldn't die from anything. Like even if
Well,
you
yeah,
tried, you
that's
couldn't
like the
die.
best. But would that also be like what if like we said before, like the Earth explodes? Like, what do you do?
You float in space forever until like another civilization emerges on a different planet and you'll be like, "Hi, I'm God now," or something like that. You know? I feel like for that a lot of people are definitely scared that if you're immortal, like everyone else around you and everything around you will die and you'll be the last one left. But I want that. Like I want to live forever and experience everything else ending and just knowing that I'll be there at the start of the next universe, you know.
It'd be fun because like you'd be you'd be so like smart too. As time goes on, like you could learn
Yeah.
whatever you want.
You could
You can
read
learn
all the books in the world. That's crazy. I mean, like you couldn't do that
like
now.
the brain can't like can it run out of storage?
I mean, if you're
Like
immortal, you'll figure out a way. You have like a billion years to do it.
like will you because you won't remember like every language you ever learned, right? Like that's just
Mm,
impossible. You can't. How many are there? Like there's definitely like over like 100, right?
yeah.
So I feel like learning like every single language, you'd probably like start to forget the old ones.
Mm, that's true. But at least you'll keep on learning new things. And like people are worried you'll run out of things to do, but they forget that there's always something to do. Like even if you finish reading a book, someone else will write another book that you can finish, you know?
Like finish writing their book.
Yeah. So it's like you'll never run out of books to read because there will always be new ones or like TV shows or whatever people make up in the future, like 4D shows, I don't know.
It'd be sad like watching like I think one of the worst parts about being immortal is like watching everything you like actually end. Like I love the Kardashians. It'd be kind of sad just like watching every single one of them just slowly. die, or every single person you follow on TikTok or YouTube just like
Mm,
stop uploading one day, and like you, I mean, you eventually keep finding new ones, but the old ones would just be like a faded memory.
yeah, and then eventually you'll forget about them too. So, but okay, realistically speaking, what are like? Oh, I'm gone.
Oh my god, no, it's just me. This is the bullshit now.
Wait, let me fix it. All right. Realistically speaking, people have tried to find ways to be immortal. No one has succeeded yet. I mean, we don't know, but we're pretty sure that no one has succeeded yet.
Do you
So,
know any ways?
there are a couple of ways that people have theorized that it could happen, right? So, like, the first one is obviously like the cryogenics thing, where like you die and you get frozen up. We've talked about this before. Do you remember?
Oh, well, I wouldn't want that. I would not want to just be frozen for 10,000 years and miss everything in that 10,000 years time period. I'm talking about like me living. Like, I want to live. Like
Yeah.
wake up every morning and go to bed every night.
But the idea is like you get frozen for 10,000 years and they like pull you out of the chamber and suddenly you're 10,000 years in the future and they have like better medical shit and stuff and you can live a long time. Like
But
that's
but like you missed 10,000 years.
yeah, well, you can catch up on it. You can read like history books or something. Oh dear. I think you just froze for me.
Really?
Yeah, unironically.
That's so stupid.
Technical issues.
It's okay.
Okay, what did you say though?
Like that'd be impossible to catch up on 10,000 years of what happened.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about like actual like scientific. I mean, cryogenics is like pseudoscience. Like people are stupid for doing it, but it's I mean, you don't have a lot to lose, right? Like if you don't believe in heaven or hell, it's like you either get cryogenics or you get nothing. So, people do it.
I mean, I think I would actually do it if I was like gonna die.
Mm.
If it was like you're either gonna die or you can be frozen and have a chance to live. And if you know, like if you're frozen and then die while being frozen,
It's
it's
not like you feel anything.
yeah, and it's just like you would have died anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's what usually happens. Is like one of those cryogenic labs that people make, that people actually spend money on. Like it goes out of commission and all the bodies just get put in the dump or something. That's usually how it happens.
Does that
But
happen?
yeah, that happens. They pay their
Really? That's like
money
really.
and then the company goes bankrupt. What are you gonna do? You just
Well, how's the company supposed to keep making money? Just like every single person that like ever wants to like.
well, the company actually that's a good point because the company will run out of space, you know, for the bodies, and then who will be paying? Yeah, that's probably why they don't succeed for a long time. Like they usually go out of business really fast, which is unfortunate for them.
That's
But
like really sad.
you're
Like for the people that like paid all that money.
yeah, but they're dead now, so I mean, it could have gone to their families or something, but they decided to take a chance and it didn't work out. But maybe one day someone will wake up in the future and be like, "Yes, I am the 0.00001%." That's a good, you know,
That'd be crazy.
right? Like you would be a tourist attraction. People would line up to see this guy from the past. They'll be like, "What was it like back then when you still had like wars and Twitter?" Yeah,
And wars in Twitter.
yeah,
That's so today.
yeah.
Or like with evolution, like you'd be like shorter, right? In 10,000 years, like you'd be people keep growing taller.
Is that
Like
true? Like,
I think so. Like there's no way everyone's always been like the average height is like 6 foot or something.
hmm.
Like wasn't like during the baby boomers like 5 foot something?
I don't know. I don't reach any of it, so it doesn't matter. But
Level 411. But no, like I think people are like it. People are getting taller.
yeah, I also heard this thing where like we're evolving to have one less like toe finger or something. So maybe 10,000 years in the future, people will just be like, "Oh my God, you have 5 fingers on your feet." That's amazing.
That'd be so weird.
Yeah,
Like they would look like literal aliens.
yeah.
Like what if everyone's like bald?
I don't know. They might have a really weird fashion sense that you like don't get. It'd be
Or maybe
interesting.
there is no fashion. No one wears anything. Like, that's just like the norm.
Everyone's naked instead.
it's like a nudist society.
I see.
Like it'd be crazy. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay, well, so cryogenics is one way that you could theoretically, well, not be immortal, I guess, as much as like you go to the future and you hope that they have technology that makes you live a long time or like take you back from the dead or something like that. Another way I was thinking of was like if you upload your brain to a computer, technically you're immortal for as long as the internet exists. Or I
But
guess
you'd be like handicapped, right?
that's true, but you have forever to like make a
How would
brain.
you even how would you even upload your brain?
Like your brain's a giant computer, right? It's just a really advanced computer. Like all the computers humanity has created in the past is like we're trying to make a machine that can think for itself or that can like you tell it something and it will do that thing for you like people can. So, theoretically speaking, you just have to like turn all of your brain into code and then like put it on the internet and you'll be there forever. There could even be like 1,000 of you. You would never know.
That'd be horrible. Wait, that'd be like actually scary. What if someone like hacked you
Well,
and you
dude,
died?
that's that's unfortunate. You'll be a goner.
Oh my gosh. It's like what's it called? Like the Neuralink? Have you seen that?
What is
Like
that?
Elon Musk's like brain chip?
Oh, like in the sci-fi movies where like
No,
everyone's
but it's like
connected.
real.
Oh,
You haven't heard of the Neuro like wait, am I crazy? I think it's like Neuralink. It's a chip.
that you put in
And
your brain.
yeah, and it like I think it like grows or like gets to know you.
That's
I'm not sure. It's
interesting.
Elon Musk. He's the CEO of it. It's like a brain chip. I want to like. I would never get it. Would you? Like if someone said like, here, you put this in your brain, and then all your information will be uploaded to the internet or like upload to your own drive.
I like if I knew I had a lot of like time left and it was very popular and very safe, I would do it. But eventually, it's like I think some people have theorized that if neural chips like actually existed, people will put it in their babies as soon as their babies are born because like they want their baby's mind connected to the internet, so that like every human on Earth is connected to the internet and you can
Wouldn't that be
communicate that way.
illegal?
I mean, we don't. It's illegal now, probably, but if in like 1,000 years that's a norm, like it's normal, just like how it's normal for us to do some things to babies that it wasn't normal to do, like 1,000 years from now, ago, right?
Just like people like losing their rights to do what they want.
But is
I
it
guess.
is it really losing your rights when you're? Because I feel like
Well,
in that society, more. It would be more losing your rights if you didn't get the neural chip, because uh, then you would be like basically debilitated compared to everyone else, right? Because everyone else has access to information that you don't. Like, could you imagine if everyone else in school had neural chips besides you?
what about the people that are like, oh my gosh, I wish I didn't have this.
There will probably be like activist people that are like, get rid of the neural chips.
Not get rid of it, just like make it like I don't maybe like no baby should have that implanted in their brain. Like you should wait till you get to an age to like decide. Like a high school age. Like but even then, like people make dumb decisions when they're like going into high school.
Yeah, but
And I don't
then
know.
it's just I feel like something like that would be like, could you imagine if you didn't have internet? It would be like that. It would be like literally not even just internet. It'd be literally not having a limb, not having a neural chip in a society where it's normalized because you could do so much more being connected to the World Wide Web.
Yeah. I I don't know. I'm like too scared to like get that. Like I don't think I would ever I just don't trust I think I don't trust Elon Musk, but I really don't. Like I don't want that
Yeah,
in
you shouldn't
my
trust him.
but I
Mm.
don't trust anyone that like has that ability. Like I don't need that. Like I would never be a test subject for that. And like what could it do to your like what if it's like normal and then they find out like, oh my gosh, like this is causing like these crazy brain tumors and like this is like
That would be
and you can't
unfortunate.
and like no one knew like it was gonna happen. That's what's also like scary. But I guess it's like trial and error. Like with
Yeah,
vaccines.
yeah,
Like I got it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
yeah. I mean, we're kind of getting off topic because like we went from like being immortal by uploading your brain to a computer and to like neurochips. You know, if you could be immortal by uploading your brain to the internet, you would not do it, right?
I wouldn't be the first to do it. Maybe I'm good. I'm like really bad at peer pressure. So like if everyone is doing it, I'd probably do it. But
Mm.
I wouldn't be like the top first 10 people to do it, you know?
But if everyone did it, it wouldn't be special anymore. You wouldn't be the only computer person.
But like I don't want to also be this like lab rat. Like what if something goes wrong?
I
Like
don't know.
that's like but I, you know what? Right now, since I'm young and like thriving, like I don't do that. But like when I'm if I'm like 80 and I'm literally on my deathbed, sure, I'd probably do it then, even if I was the first. Like right now, no.
Okay.
I'm not becoming a computer. Would you? Like
I,
right now?
right now,
Yeah.
well, I would have to do it. I would have to upload my brain when my brain was in a good condition to do it, and I would be totally down to do that because it would.
But you'd lose like everything. Like of your like life, like your pets, friends, like where you want to go, what you want to see.
But that's fine because I could. Because what's immortal important about being immortal for me is that I could like see everything and learn everything. I don't need people to do that, you know.
But
So
you need like but you want the experience to do it. Like
maybe I can build a robot brain. I mean, a robot body for myself one day in 1,000 years in the future. Because the internet never dies, right? Once the internet dies, I'm gone though. So that would be unfortunate.
I don't know if the internet never dies. Like what if like that'd be crazy if
Mm.
that like happened. Like you got started getting taken out and like people started like destroying the internet, getting rid of it, or the robots. Robots took over and they're sick of the internet.
The robots would not be sick of the internet. The robot would be
Be
using
sick
the
of the
internet
internet.
using the internet to control all of our minds.
What if they're like sick of humans having the internet?
Well, that's fine. I'm not a human anymore. I'm a mind in a machine.
You're the only robot to have a soul.
It-
The only non-human to have it.
yeah, I would take it. I would take it if I was like, I think definitely after 50, your brain starts deteriorating. I think. So before 50, I would take it. But maybe,
And like you can never develop anything bad, like dementia in the computer.
nope.
That is see, like that's baller. Like dementia or like what's it called? What's the other one? Like Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
That's so scary. Just like I can even imagine like forgetting stuff. Like, do you ever see those videos of the people that just start forget like their own kids or their
I
own
don't watch
lives?
those. They make me too upset.
It's just like I don't even know. Like that's such an awful way of life. Like that's like
Yeah.
and if that happened to me, like and if I was immortal and I just started forgetting everything, I'd like want to die. Like
I know what you were going to say, Will. I know.
I don't I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like it's just like why would you want to live like that? So I guess if you are immortal, like you can still like you can't so that means nothing can go wrong medically, like ever.
I mean,
You
we talked about our ideal immortal would be nothing could go wrong and you could never die from anything. That would be ideal. And then right now I'm like talking about possible ways that in the real world you could become immortal. And one of them is uploading yourself from the computer, which I guess you wouldn't ever have like any medical problems for it. You would just have like computer problems, like getting invaded by a virus or something.
that'd be really scary.
Yeah, that would be the new like disease. It would be unfortunate. I mean, I guess viruses exist in real life too, but
Oh really? That's crazy. Oh.
computer virus is totally different. It would be very upsetting. Okay, I have one more way that you could potentially become immortal in real life without the use of like some voodoo magic. Okay, is if people figure out how to clone people. I think I told you this one before when we were talking before. If people could figure out how to clone people, and like you keep a clone of yourself in perfect condition, and when you die, that clone like reboots you to the state where you were cloned. So like imagine if you're like 21 and you cloned yourself, right? And you put that body somewhere safe. And then when you're 40, you die in a car crash or something. As soon as that happens, you boot up your clone and you're 21 again.
But are you 21 again?
I mean, technically, here's the tricky part, like the philosophy stuff, is that technically the clone is you because it is exactly identical to how you were when you were 21. But technically, it is also not you because it does not have the 40 years of experience you have had. It would be like if you woke up age 21 without any memories of you from 21 onward, without any memory of from when you were cloned. But technically, you could live forever that way because every time you died, you would just come back in a clone that, like, you know how you reboot a computer? It would just be that, but how you reboot a computer to like an earlier stage, it would just be that over and over again.
That'd be horrible. That's literally like the Frozen thing. Like with literally like being frozen and then woken up into the future.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like exactly like that.
But it's slightly better because like you could make sure you could remember to like, you know how on iPads you have to like back up your data. You could remember to
yeah,
back up your data every 10 years, and then so that way you only lose like 10 years of life when you die. You know, so
that'd be too much. I can wake up and see like everyone new, just 10 years older.
yeah. But the weird part would be that they would know you because you only recently died. So they would be like, "Oh, hi, Will from 5 years ago. Let me tell you about what Will has been doing since you've been cloned."
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would be pretty whacked up shit. But
Wow.
it's still better than nothing, I think. It's still pretty cool. You could have like an identity crisis. Like, am I really me?
What if like your clone just like keep having these crises and then like ending themselves? They just like don't want to live anymore.
That'd be unfortunate. Or what if like an important life event happens and your clone, when you die, your clone doesn't know it because that important life event happened during the time that he
Like
wasn't.
what?
Like, I don't know, you get divorced or something.
Oh,
Yeah, and then you die. So your clone is rebooted from 5 years ago, and your clone's like, I still think we're married. What happened? And they're like, well, that would be pretty crazy.
horrible. Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Okay, let's talk about just quickly, like, the reasons why people don't want to be immortal forever. Like,
yeah. That's a good way.
yeah, like you've asked people, right?
I've asked like my parents, my friends, and it's usually just a no. Like I don't want to live
Yeah,
forever.
but have they ever asked? Like, have you asked why?
They just like some people it's like their religion. Some people it's there's just so many different parts of it. Like I don't even know how to like describe. I don't really I can't really think of the reasons. People are just scared too. Like they're scared of like life. Does that
Mm.
make sense? Like I'm like they
Mm.
don't want to like keep living.
Yeah, I asked someone, and they said that the reason why they don't want to live forever is because life is too hard. So that was a really sad answer. It was like, why would you want to live forever if you have to work so hard every day of your life, you know? Like, I'm just fine having a good 70 years. Like, they're not suicidal or anything, but it's just like, since with life, you have to go through so many struggles. Why would you bother doing it forever? Like, why would you keep on hurting forever? You know?
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, I don't really get it. Like, I
No, I
would
don't
not
either.
like.
If I could live forever, I don't care. All my
I
trauma, it can be healed within 1,000 years, right?
like right, like that could happen. Like it would, you would heal
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. And like, so if you have hardship, it doesn't matter. Like, you get your arm cut off, it grows back. You know, you have forever to
Well,
do it.
that's a completely different. Does it grow back? That's
In our
see, these are just.
ideal way of being immortal, it would grow back immediately. But
Or some people like miss. Like I think my mom like she like wants to see she like misses my grandma. I think that's like a big part of it. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. It's like, why would you want to? Another reason I hear a lot is like, why would you want to be immortal when everyone around you will start like all the people you love will die around you while you're left alone? And my answer to that is like, well, you can always find new people to love, you know. And if there's no people to love, you can love yourself.
But you
But
could always find new people. I feel like.
yeah, but I know for a lot of people, it's like a lot. There are people out there that you can't live without, and you would rather be able to see them if you believe in an afterlife, or just not see them at all and just don't remember them when you die. So those are good reasons not to want to be immortal. It's definitely not for everyone. It takes a special kind of person to want to live forever, like the crazy people we are.
I guess. I think so. I think that was,
I think it was a very successful first podcast.
I think so too. And I hope everyone else thinks that's listening.
Yeah, they should tell us in the comments that we will hypothetically have what they think.
Or on Twitter, tweet us.
Yeah, I don't know how these works.
I know how Twitter works.
Okay.
I think it's called look up Unauthentic Pod on Twitter and tweet us what you think.
Yeah.
Would you live forever?
That's the question. That's the important part.
That's the best question to ask.
Is it, should I say leave a comment or review? Is that what the podcasters say these days?
I don't know.
And wait, and follow us on all the social medias and on whatever you're watching.
Yeah. 5 stars. Give us the 5-star.
Yeah, we'll definitely get better at these conclusions one day. Just watch.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll have a script. I don't know. I didn't think this far. Well, thank you for listening.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh.